Villagers, thank you for your love and support. I appreciate you all. Why is it that when it comes to anything bad that has to do with Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso, like coups or attacks, there's one nation that no matter how you try to remove this nation, no matter how you try to cover this nation will say, I am always present. I am the headquarters, just like the way people are pointing fingers at it. According to the report that is coming, after the attack that happened in Niamey, a lot of the tea were neutralized and some were arrested. One of them confessed, allegedly, that he is an Ivorian from Ivory Coast and he was given 5 million CFA franc to make sure that they caused the attack in Niamey International Airport. Like, there will never be any attack that will happen in Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso, and Ivory Coast will not be part. Just some few days ago, the Ivorian minister, one of them came out and said they want to now work with Bamako so that they can counter these TT attacks. And all of a sudden, boom, we have an attack in Niamey just some few days after this report came out that they want to now collaborate with these Sahelian leaders so that they can fight. We thought that they have surrendered, but it's like people were saying that they need to be very careful. And now we have a T saying he has received this amount of money to cause the destabilization in Niamey. So the Sahelians are asking, how will you come that you want to work with your brothers? And we have people receiving money again to cause destabilization who are Ivorians to cause destabilization in Niamey International Airport. There are a lot of reactions because people are saying that it's not a fabrication. When you look at the person in the picture, according to the Sahelians, he doesn't look like a Burkinabe, a Nigerian, a Ghanaian, or anybody. This person is from Ivory Coast, and the person allegedly confirmed or confessed that he is an Ivorian, and this was the amount of money he was given. And we keep on asking why Africans are still brainwashed to this point, and for how long will we continue to be the ones that will destroy ourselves?
When it's good, it's good. The family of very, very good news. An Ivorian was caught during the terrorist attack at Niamey International Airport level. It's too confirmed and reaffirms that he received a sum of 5 million CFA francs from the recorder. Yes, today's attack on this June 2026, there many too many were sent to hell, and several of them were captured alive. And he's an Ivorian like that. He has just confirmed that he received a sum of 5 million francs, CFA from France. Look very well. Don't come and say I'm lying. According to Moore, it means that the information comes from the source. The information comes from the source. Outside of this, when you look at the moment there, he looks like who he is. This is not a Zambama, like it's not a Nahusa, it's not a Tuareg, it's not a Tamachek. It's not a... It means that it is not a Burkinabe. It is not a Nigerian. When we look there, we know that he is a... It is an Ivorian CE, or the paramilitants or other there in Africa here. There we don't look alike when you see a Senegalese from afar. You know that he is a Senegalese when you see one Mauritanian from the other. You know that he is a Mauritanian when you see a Malian. A Burkinabe, what do you call a Guinean from afar? You know that he there comes from where look very well his face. It is an element of Adola men, and several terrorists have been sent to Africa. There are 6 of them who are Ivorian. 6 terrorists sent several terrorists in hell among the terrorists sent. In hell there are 6 who have Ivorian nationality, and several of them were captured alive. Operations continue. One of the terrorists, who attacked the Niger airport in Niamey CE morning. It is in his hand the hour of the authorities worthy of Niger. Look at his face, yes family. This morning very early, at 6 a.m., armed individuals attacked the Niger airport. in Niamey to recover uranium from LA, France? They are all taken, Nyok, the hand in the bag. No assailant could escape. They are taken in the hand, Nyok, so they were neutralized by the worthy forces of law and order. Media Andes of Niger. Niger's resilient army has come out to recover its most masses. Pentagon masses like this stop successfully. And operations are possible. Look at his face. He was one of the attackers who attacked this morning. The airport of Niamey it will be time. He will say everything. He will confess with His Excellence the Army General. Papa Abdurrahman Tiani the Niger is very, well, burst him there at VA him the hour on Chinese calendar. He will say everything. He will lie even to add. It goes if it didn't see anything first. It is the beginning, so there's no mercy in it. There is no forgiveness in him. There he will admit everything. Even the rice seeds he has swallowed since birth. He will admit everything, yes. Because with Daddy Abu Rahman Tiani, the country is very well governed there. It goes him also calendar. Chinese, we are together. Give me your opinions. In the comments there, we must do to him what? Good, the General Abdurrahman Tiani. The Almaty, they were Almaty, CE morning around 6 o'clock. 5 o'clock in the morning with a group of people who took a pickup, then an unmarked cab. They went out a little in the city. In the vicinity of Niamey Airport, they tried to to shoot a little in the air. They have all been mated. Hind there, here it is. They have all been killed, all sent to eternal rest. You think it's Niger? From before, currently. Nigerian soldiers are currently in Turkey. They are being formed as elite commandos and will return to Niger. We'll divide the whole area. Thanks to the President Chani Bravo to all Nigerians, you must not even leave. Whoever it is to hinder your development. Because thanks to President Abdurrahman Tiani, today you see CE which takes place in Niger. The industrialization of Niger. That's it. A state. So today, the Nigerians are armed. They are ready to defend themselves. That's what it's all about. Share the video. In all groups, share with all your friends. We are together.
And for how long will we continue to be doing this to ourselves? A lot of us don't understand anything that is happening around us. And we don't know that what we are doing to ourselves is harming ourselves. You might think that you are from a different country. So doing something to another person in Africa is nothing. And we know as time goes on, a lot of names and a lot of countries will be out with the people that they have apprehended. It's very painful that Africans are still the ones that are allowing themselves to be used in this manner. Now we don't even know what is wrong with us. When it happened in Burkina Faso, Ivory Coast was there. That the money came through France to Ivory Coast per the confessors who confessed. And they were giving the money to cause the destabilization. This one had happened, and we are seeing another person from Ivory Coast. But as time goes on, we'll get to know the full confession, the full details. The people who gave out the money, we already know that is France, and how it came through, whether it was sent to Ivory Coast once again, or this time around, there was a different nation that received the money and distributed to these key people to cause the destabilization. But we should understand that we are not doing anybody but ourselves. We are destroying our own selves, thinking that we are doing somebody. We are trying to make sure we continue to live in poverty. We continue to suffer so that other people outside of our color, yellow people, will continue to be living a better life while we die on the Mediterranean Sea to get to a place that you are not welcome. Look at the treatment we receive worldwide. Yet the Africans still sit here and think that it is better to serve these people than to serve ourselves. Like one time, Joshua Mamponga said, they brought their God, packaged their God in their skin tight. So when a black man rises to fight for freedom, we think that we are rising against God. So because of this mental slavery, it is very difficult for the African to rise so we can fight for our total liberation. They always use the African against the African, divide and conquer. And for how long will we continue in this path? And the leaders in Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso have decided that they will not allow anybody to destroy the freedom we are fighting for. And they are scared because they know if Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso should succeed, other African countries will follow. So they are doing everything possible in their power to cut it short. But the land is fighting for the people. We have gone through pain for a very long time. Over centuries, the African has been under slavery. We think that we are free. We are not. That was why Dr. Kwame Nkrumah said, political independence without economic independence is meaningless. And today, we have the political independence we claim, but the economic independence is not there. That's why you have your resources, you have the gold, the diamond, the everything, and we are still living in poverty. People still sit outside of the continent and decide what happens to our resources. They control our economy. That's why when you have your resources, you are not allowed to add value to the resources. We are always exporting the resources in the raw form. That is what is crippling the African. And the African leaders will sit and talk about how we need to make sure we do not export our resources in the raw form, but they will never act. Like we saw Tinubu talking about us having a platform that will help us. Yet when Tinubu was asked to start it, Tinubu was like, me? So our leaders will talk about the solution of the African in speech, yet they will never act. But the leaders in Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso came and they realized that no, we can't continue to be given the solution of the African in speech. Let's take bold, decisive measures. And it becomes a problem to people because the African, to them, everything belongs to them. And the same people who are preaching dependency on themselves are rather preaching dependency. The people who are preaching independence on the people who are preaching dependency on themselves are the ones who are preaching dependency on Europe to Africa. We need to be dependent on them in terms of security, in terms of everything, as if the African is not capable of doing anything. Yet they are fighting to be independent away from the United States of America. The time has come for all of us in Africa to rise up. Enough is enough. We really need to reconscientize our mentality, emancipating ourselves from mental slavery, like Bob Marley said, is the only way we can save ourselves. We are the only ones that can set ourselves free. United we stand, divided we fall, and united we keep standing forever and ever. The greatest enemy of the African is mental slavery. So let's colonize ourselves from mental slavery. Let's keep sharing to educate our brothers and sisters. Together we'll make Africa great for ourselves and the next generations that are going to come. So that's the latest around the world in Africa, West Africa, and in Ivory Coast.